Hey there YouTube, it's David from Clark Family Orchards, and I just wanted to provide another kind of monthly update. Like I said I was going to. I did a February update, now I'm doing a March update. I'm just kind of in the middle of some early spring, very light pruning, but only for the mango trees that are very small and are not expected to fruit this year, or don't have fruit on them right now. So what I'm doing is I've got some isopropyl alcohol, just, I forget what kind of rubbing alcohol they call it, in here. And then between each tree, I'm just going in and dipping these for about 5 or so seconds. And they dry by the time I get to the next tree. But let me show you what I did on the carry just now. And I'll walk around and show you the other stuff. But just basically what I'm trying to do is create a big bush and not have any branches that are going towards the center of the tree, that are coming from these branches that go outward. So basically I want a hole in the middle, and so I didn't have much to do on this one, but I'll show you some of the other ones I did. Okay, so this is my sugarloaf tree, and it's not expected to have any fruit on it this year. It already kind of dropped all the flowers and little tiny fruits that it had, but like I'd probably prune that right there. Again, anything that's kind of like going towards the center of the tree, I would probably do this, just little stuff, There. Now it's more open, and the reason I want it open in the center is so that it discourages any fungus from growing, bacteria, fungus, that kind of stuff. Any branches also that have had more than one straight shoot come off of it, or anything that looks like it's going down, maybe not this time, but next, maybe in like October or something, I'll come back, and if anything looks like it's going down, like growing downwards, I'll cut that to encourage more lateral growth. So this is my tiny little fruit punch mango, and so I should definitely go dip this, but actually no, this one has fruit on it. I'm not going to trim anything off of this. I just wanted to show you the size of these fruit punch mangoes on this tiny tree. I had 8 mangoes on this one, but I thinned them out to about 3, actually 4, and then one of them fell. But this is such a small tree, it's only about 3 feet high. I don't think it's a good idea to leave more than, about 1 mango per branch on there, just because I don't want the tree to, I actually think this might be too much for the tree. But again, I have so many trees that I don't really care too much about the trees growing really fast, because I want to keep them small as it is. Like I want to keep them probably 12-15 feet tall max. So the overall, like, getting them to grow really fast, I don't really care too much about. Plus I have so many trees that if I get a handful of mangoes every other year on every tree, I'd be happy, So here's another example of a tree that I kind of want to prune a little bit, even though it does have mangoes on it. I'm going to prune it just a tiny bit, because this one does have some black sooty mold on it, and this is an orange sherbet, by the way. A black sooty mold, and I've noticed some scale bug on this, so I've been spraying it and kind of trying to keep an eye on it. It looks honestly better than it has, but I think some of this too is just it's some of the trees getting blocked from sunlight. So what I'm going to try to do is just kind of open up a little bit and maybe take that off. See, now it's a little more open in the center. That's kind of my goal, is to open things up in the center more, get some more sunlight and get some more air flow to help. All right, I'm just going to take you guys on a quick walk around to show you. So this is the coconut cream mango. I had about 3 mangoes on here, but 2 of them have dropped, so I've just got this one right here. That one looks pretty good as far as the shape. I think I might have trimmed, I trimmed a couple of these leaves off here. 1, 2, trimmed 1, 2 branches there to kind of open it up in the middle. This is the black gold jackfruit, and it's looking pretty bad. It's coming back to life. I need to start watering it more, and just, I think it was the cold weather that just made it lose its foliage. This is PPK, or lemon meringue. See, I've also been, if it doesn't have anything on the pan clip, and just taking those off, smelling them and stuff. We got about 3 mangoes on here. I might thin this out to 1 here and 1 here. That one's kind of short and stout, so I might leave it, but again, I don't want to ruin a tree, or at least ruin branches when I don't need to. Kathy or K3, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish mangoes. I've been dealing with some scale bugs on this tree too. You can tell it's scale if you look at it and you see these little tiny white things. So you can use sort of like an apple cider or a vinegar / water solution, 50-50, spray it, or you can use isopropyl alcohol if you find them on the branches. If you just like take a cotton swab, this is lemon zest. If you find them on the branches, like the actual big scale bugs, the adult ones or whatever you'd call them, you can just rub like a cotton swab on them with alcohol, and they will basically just die. It's kind of tedious to do that, but it's good for the long-term health of the tree, because those scale bugs can produce something like 400 offspring in one go. And so you'll see those. This is Ugly Betty, not fruiting this year. This is Pina Colada. I got 2 fruit on there. We'll see what happens. There's another panicle here that I'm probably gonna rip off. Maybe 3 mangoes. This is, I want to say this is Diamond. I got 2 fruit on there right now. I might pick those off. That tree's really small. This is my 3 jackfruit. I'm probably gonna water here tomorrow. I'm on spring break right now and I teach, so I don't have, I have a lot more free time right now than I normally would. This is my Grumichama. Still looking how it always does. Sapodilla, this one is Alano, and it's pushing new growth, so I'm glad to see that. Probably the warmer weather, and we just had a big rain about a week ago or so. This is Prom Kai Mea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mangoes on there. I've actually been pruning or taking, picking off some of the mangoes when they get to be about this size. I put one in the middle there, but I don't want to overload the tree, and that won't stay like that. It'll end up being like 1 or 2 mangoes probably. I just think that the tree won't be able to handle it. This is Pineapple Pleasure. So we actually had some new growth that looks very healthy, whereas the older growth from back when we had a hurricane, it looked not so great. So that's promising to see new growth that looks good. This is a cotton candy mango. Had a couple on there, but that's way too small to hold any fruit, I think. Here is Jakarta. I pruned a little bit just because I want it to kind of be even, and one side was way higher than the other. I just aesthetically I like things to kind of be symmetrical. This is a praying hands banana. Newer tree, I don't know if you saw this in the last video. Lemon zest I just bought from Echo. Just some other bananas. This is, what is this? Glen, a Glen I bought from Echo as well. Glen is a solid producer. It's not the best tasting mango in my opinion, but it is very solid. Now this right here was a bolt, or is a bolt, and I just basically heavily pruned this one. You can see the foliage I put underneath the tree to kind of provide some mulch, more mulch. But I had kind of a really big bushy area here that I pruned back pretty good, and down here I was almost touching the ground, so I wanted to get under it. So I kind of, again, I like things to look aesthetically pleasing, and I kind of like to have a bushy kind of outer growth like this, as opposed to a single long branch going vertically. This is Orange Essence. This one really hasn't done much, and I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna start watering it a little more often since we're getting some warmer weather. This is my Everbearing Black Mulberry cutting that I took from the old place. Definitely got some fruit on it. I'll probably be taking some cuttings of that in the future to propagate and sell. So this is Pickering. It's very small. I pugged this one a couple years ago, actually about 1.5 years ago, and it's coming back nicely, but it's kind of doing the same thing. And I think it's just these tips are dried because I don't know, either it's, I don't know, not enough water, too much water. It's on the irrigation. It's also a heavy producer. You'll see at such a small stature, it's probably got 20 or 30 mangoes. So I'll be picking these ones off that kind of look like, that smells good. That kind of look like they're really yellow when they shouldn't be. Those are usually the ones that I pick off, and I'll leave the ones that are more red. But again, two mangoes on a tree like this, like on a branch like this, or a panicle like this, that's too much. That's gonna come down. And people have said I should provide some supports and stuff, but that's kind of a lot. That takes a lot of time. I pruned this Barbados cherry a couple weeks ago. I want to kind of keep it bushy. We got mockingbird in this tree now. This is Jamaican cherry. Seeing a lot of small fruit and flowers on this one. Now when we put the pool in, that was where the pool was, so we dug it up and threw it here, and it's actually doing pretty good. This is my Kerry mango. Unfortunately, no mangoes on it this year. I think we either had too many male flowers or, yeah, I don't really know. I only pruned a little bit off of here. Remember, I was trying to keep the middle open. Sugarloaf, I've kind of already shown you this. Same thing, kind of just keeping the middle open. Jaboticabas, if anyone is local and you want some jaboticabas, I'm trying to get rid of some of these. Fruit punch, I already showed you. Fruit punch makes a pretty big fruit. Pineapples, actually I think, yep, there's one right here. This is sweet tart. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fruit on there. I'll probably leave like 3 on that one. The Meyer lemon's actually fruiting on. Ooh, look, a monarch butterfly. Cool. Let's see, we got lots of new growth on this and actually some fruit showing. It's pretty cool. I did put some mulch around all these trees. I don't know if I told you in the last video. Ylang ylang. Looks like it's about to start pushing some growth there. I can't remember if that's a yellow or a pink one. I think it's a pink one. Got that from a friend. This is a sapodilla. This one's the butterscotch. It looks like it's about to start pushing growth, following the other sapodilla on the other side of the property. This is, gosh, what is this? Super Alfonso, or Super Alfonso, what is it? Super Alfonso, yeah. This one's got a lot of small fruit for being such a small tree. I've noticed a lot of trees, when they're very small, like to push a lot of growth. It's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'll probably thin that out to like 2 eventually. Or not growth, I mean fruit. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's way too much for this tree. I'm gonna say maybe 3 or 4, and that's probably still too many. This is a Suriname cherry I got from a buddy. I actually got it from seed. I'm starting to see, we had some flowers on it, so this is the lemon zest that I pugged. Maybe in the last video I showed you that, but that's the growth from it. And I pugged it, and I'm starting to see some green little nodes coming back. So just if you're gonna pug a tree, make sure you water it daily. I actually have to water it today. This is an M4 mango. It's kind of a strange growth habit that it's got, or not my tree, not M4 in general, but it might be, but it's growing a little strange. I might have to encourage some other branching in a different way, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fruit on there. Yeah, I might leave 1. I don't know. That's very small. This is, I want to say this is Edward. No mangoes. This one is East Indian, I want to say. This one's actually quite yellow, and it's like leaning. So I gotta prop this guy up properly. And let's see, we got some ice cream bean. This one's kind of growing a little better than, I just need to pay more attention to stuff and maybe water stuff a little more often. This is the what's it called? Lemon drop mangosteen. I got like a couple of years ago. It's growing so slowly. Mango, or I'm sorry, banana, red Cuban banana. This might be, I can't remember what kind, apple or namwa. And yeah, I just mulched a little bit here. We get the water flush from one of his tanks, and it just makes this thing go crazy. So let's see, soursop. Soursop's looking like it's coming back a little bit. This one had a bunch of what do you call it, scale on it. You might be able to see this. Yeah, look at that. They're all dead though, because I took the I should probably prune this or do something with it, but those scale are pretty much all dead, I believe. There might be a couple survivors, but I took the cotton swab and just killed them all with the isopropyl alcohol. Peanut butter fruit coming back very slowly. I probably need to put some black gold or something in there. This is another Suriname cherry, different variety that I got from seed from that same friend as the other one. Let's go out here to the front. So this is a Valencia Pride. It's got one on it. I don't know if I'm gonna leave that or not. I probably shouldn't. There's like 3 flushes on this tree. And then this one's got a ton as well. This seems like it's the year for Valencia Pride for these 2 trees to want to produce a lot, so I'm guessing next year would be like the off year. That's an interesting looking bird. Holy cow, I've never seen one like that with that red. That's pretty. But yeah, I think there's probably at least 20 mangoes on this, and I've already thinned it, so I'll probably leave again 3 on here. I don't think this tree should have more than about 3. Let's go to the other side. I'll show you the jackfruits. Just a note for myself, I have to replace a sprinkler head, and we've lived at this house for 2 years, and we've already just had to have the septic pumpers come out. Know where your septic tank is, so you can sort of monitor if you need to. But it's only been 2 years and 1 month living at this house, and we, there's 5 of us, 4 of us and a baby. And maybe that's more the information than you wanted to know, but hey, being a homeowner, you got to know some certain things, This is a lemon crunch. Looks like it's kind of coming back, a little funky, but we had some cold weather and some dry spells, throughout the winter, so things aren't going to look as good. Now they're starting to come back a little bit. I put a bunch of mulch here. Probably just need to water them a little bit more. So that's the update, guys. That's March 2025. I may, so I when I sold my old place, I wrote in the contract that we would get 3 years of half of all the fruit production, and this will be the 3rd year now, I believe. And so I might take you on a trip to that place if they give us the okay to go get half of the mangoes. Mango season's a few months away still, probably 3 months away till most of the beginning of those mangoes will start to be ready for harvest. But yeah, I'll try to remember to make a monthly video or something and show you guys the growth and that kind of thing. I know it would be interesting for me to follow, so if I were starting again or something. But anyway, see you guys later.